Saturday morning and we're fishing in a different spot today. And we just came over here and we found a turtle egg nest. A bunch of those in the back there aren't cracked open or anything. I don't know what happened to these guys. Saturday update, there's 14 houses filled in the bee house. Things are really blooming now. So I thought I'd start this week's video with a little bit of a mini haul. This was the very last thing that I ordered before my camera broke. So I ordered this. This was from the very first time I'd ordered from Jerry's. It was their Memorial Day sale. And I ordered this Friday night. And even though my camera broke and like I'm dealing with budget issues now, I don't regret ordering this. I'm really excited about what's in here. So why don't we open this and then we will talk about what I've got planned for the week ahead. All right, come on in. Let's open this and see what's inside. And it was like ridiculously cheap. It was like 50% off. I'll tell you the prices here in just a second. And so I got it. All right, wow. That's quite the box. Bubble wrap. So the first thing I got, this wasn't on sale, but I needed this. This is the Stay Wet Premier Palette acrylic paper that goes in the palette. I tried using freezer paper, but I found like my paints were beading up too much on the waxy side, and on the non-waxy side, like it was like sinking in and bleeding and making a weird puddle, and it was, yeah. So I got these. It wasn't too bad. I think it was, I feel like either $8 or $11 for 30 sheets. So, I mean, it's actually maybe cheaper than the freezer paper I bought. So, I'm just going to stay with this from here on out. And I used my last sheet the other day. And yes, I reuse them lots and lots and lots. I live in a stucco house, and it retains moisture, and things tend to mold really fast in our house. So I am able to use one of these for about a month, reusing it and cleaning it and reusing it, and then somewhere around the month mark, they start to get moldy. So then I have to replace them. And then the next thing I got was, this is all kind of, I'm kind of trying to be budgety here. So this is 100% cotton watercolor paper from New York Central Art Supply. And it's the 12 by 16 inch pad. And I got this for $16. This was a Memorial Day sale. You know, my Arches pad like this is like $40. It's incredibly expensive, and this was $16. I've never tried this brand. I don't know if the paper is good or not, but I figured for $16 it was worth a try, because I would love to find a 100% cotton paper that is cheaper than Arches. So I will test this and let you know what I think about it. Maybe I'll even do it this week in this video. Maybe I will. That would be something fun to do. Now this, and I'm a bit of a cheapskate. I felt like I had to order enough to get the free shipping, because I feel like, why would I pay $10 for shipping when I could get a good art supply with that $10? So I did. I got, I think you had to have $59 worth of art supplies to get the free shipping, and I think this came to like 61. So these are the things that I really, really wanted. I got, these were ridiculously cheap. They were $12 for the Memorial Day sale each. These are the Turner Acrylic, is that how you say it? Acrylic Gouache. And I got their set of Dream, their set of World, and their Earth set. And as far as I could tell from looking at it on the website, I don't think any of these are repeats. So, whew. So that's it. That's all that's in the box. And like I said, that was the last of the budget from May before June started, and I went on a no supply ban. No new supplies. So, but luckily I have enough to keep me busy for probably most of the summer. So let's open these real quick and see if any of the colors repeat, because as far as I could tell, they do not. So like the normal price for each of these looks like it's normally $25, and I went on Amazon and they were $25 on Amazon. So I snapped these up for $12. I've really been wanting to try acrylic gouache. I have been working on like some illustrations and stuff, and I like gouache for illustrations, but you know, it re-wets and reactivates, and I wanted to work in layers. And I'm taking a illustration class on Domestika, and they use acrylic gouache. Like, you have to have acrylic gouache. Well, you don't have to, but that's what the class uses. And I wanted to, you know, actually follow along with some acrylic gouache and learn the techniques. And the Holbein gouache that everybody seems to like was way out of my budget. So I got these. Ooh, they're pretty. This one has poppy red, cadmium orange, permanent lemon, hooker's green, beryl green, horizon blue, night blue, dioxazine violet, rose, sepia, Mars black, and titanium. Anyway, in the class that I'm taking, she uses some Holbein gouache, but the rest of her gouache is this Turner gouache. So I figured it must be good because she was a professional illustrator, and if it wasn't good, she wouldn't be using it. It has the pigment numbers right on the front, so the night blue is PG7, PY3, PW6, P something 29. I haven't checked light fast ratings on all of these. This says it's a 2. They do have stars. This has a 3. I think they only go to 3. I'll have to check, or maybe it says in this little booklet here. Here, I'll hold this up first so you can see it. It wasn't as important to me because, you know, illustrations, I'd be scanning them in and then sending them off as a digital file. So, you know, it's not like it's on a canvas that's going to be hanging on the wall. So yeah, light fastness, it says 3 is very high and 2 is high. And I feel like in the, let's just see the sheet. In the class, she said that they are light fast. And that all of their, we can do some light fast testings of these. But she said they're light fast. All of their colors are light fast except a few fugitive pigments, like opera rose or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna open. So here is this is the Earth set. And actually you can tell which set it is because I think the tubes are a little different. They are. They look like what the box looks like. So that's the Dream set. And then this is the Earth set. So let me just look at these. So the red, permanent red, and poppy red. The reds are different. Permanent scarlet, permanent yellow, cadmium yellow, fresh green. Okay, so there are no repeats in these 2 sets, which is awesome. There are not a lot of single pigment tubes, which, you know, I heard, which is fine. I don't mind that. And now let's look at did I hold the Earth set up to you? Let's see. I mean, they're obviously fairly small tubes. They're just little trial tubes. I'm not even sure if I will like it, so, you know. But I figured, like, with the sale, I got these 3 sets for basically how much it would cost to buy. I mean, a little bit more, like $10 more than it would cost to. Okay, there might be, is permanent yellow orange? Was there permanent yellow orange in this? Basically, like $10 more than it would cost to buy 1 set on Amazon. So it's a fairly good deal, I thought. And there are no repeats in this one either. These are all different too. So here's this set. So maybe this week that'll be another thing we'll do in this video this week, is maybe we'll do some swatching of these and test them out. So, yeah, that was fun. Short but fun. Yeah, so why don't I clear off my spot here, and we will plan our week. All right, see you in a minute. So it's Tuesday afternoon, and I spent the day working on editing a sponsored video that's supposed to go up next week. And after doing all that sponsored video editing today, I needed a break, so I took my kids, it's at their second day of summer vacation, and we went over to the plant center and we got some plants. And I'm going to plant my flower potters, and then also I have some basil and tomato and peppers that I do on the deck for like salsa and stuff, so we're gonna plant those too. Well, I talk about my weekly plans since I didn't get to film that video yesterday, and the mosquitoes are horrendous. They have been for like a week now. So I got the sponsored video, the big one, done today. It's uploading now, and it has to be okayed by the sponsor, and I'm not sure when that's gonna go up. So I need to have a video for Sunday. I'm thinking I might do this as like a weekly vlog thing like I did last week. I don't know if it's really a vlog. I think I'm gonna call it art chats, because this weekend I started a acrylic painting, and it is going much better thanks to the June art haul and some supplies that I got in there, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun. It's going really smoothly, and I'm feeling really excited about acrylic painting and oil painting this summer. So I think, let's see, today, so it's Tuesday evening. I'm thinking it's like, it must be like 5 o'clock by now. I think my plan for the week then is to enjoy my art for the rest of the week. I did mention the June art haul, and that's actually going to be the last one until August. There won't be one in July. The way things are going right now, breaking my camera lens made me realize that I can't actually afford to pay for breakage and stuff like that. I mentioned in the June art haul, which isn't up yet, that the camera and my art printer and my laptop, and also a few of my art supplies like my Faber-Castell colored pencil set, those, I actually paid for those. I won an artist grant back in 2019 for beginner artists to help them get set up for an art career with supplies, like actual artist materials, and then also like technological supplies. And that's how I afforded, oh, and the iPad too. That's how I afforded what I have right now. And I can't replace it if anything gets broken. So because of that, I am going to be saving what I can until I have an emergency fund set up with enough money in it that I feel comfortable that I can replace things as needed if they break. And then we will probably go back to the art hauls. I really, really wanted to try the Neo color too. It was really bad, but I think that's gonna have to wait. And I really wanted a bigger set of watercolor pencils, and that's gonna have to wait too, but we just have to do that kind of thing sometimes. Yeah, let's do the next pot. That one's done. Boy, I just hope there's not mosquitoes all over my face. Okay, you guys, I've got everything all potted up. My husband is chainsawing. Hopefully it's not picking up too much of that. Here we've got some peppers and basil and a few cherry tomatoes. I think they're cherry tomatoes. I like to use pesto I like to use the basil in pesto, and I make it and freeze it for the winter. Last year I didn't do enough, so this year I did more. Hopefully it's enough. Okay, you guys, it is a chilly, rainy day, and we're covered in smoke from the fires in Canada, so I thought it would be a good day to swatch all of my new acrylic gouaches in my painter's color diary. My kids are still asleep, so I'm trying to be a little bit quiet while I do this. And I see my battery is getting a little low, so I'll get as far as I can before it goes out. So I think my plan is to do a line of it just straight from the tube, and then like do full pigment and then water it down like I would with a watercolor. And I don't know if I should do the black and white. I suppose I could at least once. Let's start with, which set is this? This is the Dream set. And while I do this, I thought I could talk a little bit about my goals for, my art goals for the rest of 2023. Straight from the tube, this white is pretty opaque. And it's super smooth and nice. And then let's water it down. Still pretty opaque. So, as you can have probably noticed, I've been really struggling with YouTube and social media and my art and having my kids home and having a chronic illness, and there just isn't time for anything. Or not anything, everything, I should say. So I've been really trying to figure out what I'm doing here with myself. And I think probably at least for the summer, I'm probably going to have to go down to one, wow, that's really granulating or something, one YouTube video a week. Although I do think I'll probably do some surprise videos every now and then when I have a week when there isn't a whole lot going on. So it's not for sure and certain only one video a week for the rest of the summer. It'll be one video a week and then 2 where I can fit it, is my plan. But trying to stick to that 2 video no matter what schedule, with the kids home and with my health being the way it is, and also, you know, I like to do other stuff besides just, well, even just the regular art has been going by the wayside since January when I started this, which I talked about in one of my videos. I haven't had time to do a long finished piece. YouTube has taken up way, way more time than I thought it was going to take when I started. I underestimated greatly how much time editing a video takes and like setting up to shoot and planning it and figuring out what the video is going to be about and all of that. So, that's a pretty color. I suppose it's probably Fugitive. It looks like an opera type color. So I've really been struggling. I have a lot of stuff that I want to do art related that I haven't been able to do because the 2 videos a week are taking up so much time. And then also, well, I'm really on my art journey myself. I don't fully know what style I want to work in. I don't know which material is going to be my primary material. And I feel like I don't have time to figure out all these things and then like do the learning and stuff that I need to do to figure them out because I'm spending so much time on YouTube. On the YouTube videos, I should say. So I'm fairly certain here we're going to be dropping to 1 video a week. It might be longer and encompass more than one thing in it. Like instead of just doing one like art haul video, there might be whatever I got in the mail that week once my new supply ban is up. And then like maybe it'll show me working on something like an acrylic painting, and maybe it will show little snippets of the other things I'm doing in my life. Like later today I would like to, I made a sourdough starter back during the pandemic with following the recipe from Little House on the Prairie. And I kept it alive for like 2 years, and then I killed it during a stressful time. And I would like to redo that again, so I think I'm going to do that later today, and I'll probably film it too so you can see it. Today's a good day to do that. It's so cold and chilly out. I don't know. So yeah, like a video might encompass all of those things. I do still plan to do tutorials here and there. It seems like people are more interested in like how to use your material type tutorials. I mean, obviously there's some people who want to follow a beginning to ending tutorial, but they don't get watched as much. Whereas like These are how to use your material type videos do seem to get watched a whole lot more. So I might do like some simple, easy tutorials, or getting to know your materials tutorials, or trying a new medium tutorial, stuff like that. Even over on my Patreon. I've had some changes going on over on my Patreon too over there. It started out with just the sketchbook club, and Miss Farita hears my voice and she wants to come play. And then we added in, I'm doing 4 reference photos I take for you guys to use copyright free. And then the sketchbook club was the 3 prompts a week, and then there's a Discord and a Facebook group where we chat and share things and stuff. And that's not going anywhere. But for the first time this month, and I'm filming this in June, I did a creativity / art journaling / journaling prompt. And it was a written prompt to start with, and it was like discovering your emotions and how to use your emotions in art and stuff like that. And it was written, and now I think maybe for this week or next week, I'd like to film an actual art journaling video where I take that prompt and then turn it into an art journal page. Because, like I said, I'm still trying to figure myself out, my art out, my style out, all of that. And these are art journaling exercises I'm making myself for me because I want to do them to figure out what I want to do with my art, and to help me process all the emotions I have from my chronic illness and just stuff like that. And then I thought, well, why not share them with my Patreon and see if you guys like them too. I think for the foreseeable future, that might be the direction I'm going in with the Patreon. Everything's still only $4 for the whole everything. Because I have found with my kids home, it is extremely, extremely hard to film a 7-hour tutorial where I'm saying, this is the color I'm using, this is the color I'm using, do this, do this, do this, without having kid noise in the background. It is next to impossible. And I haven't found, and also that amount of time is extremely hard to do with the kids here as well. And you know, it's their summer vacation, and I want to be with them, and oops, that was supposed to be solid. I want to be with them and enjoy my time with them and hang out with them too. And you know, childhood is short, and we're coming to the end of it here. One of my oldest son just turned 13, and my youngest son just turned 10, and they're not even like, you know, little guys anymore. And I want to spend some time with them this summer before they turn into big surly teenagers who don't want to spend time with me. So I'm thinking for this summer at least, I'm going to have to put a hold on the big long tutorials. I was working on a soft pastel tutorial, soft pastel pencil realistic fox tutorial that I might be able to finish at some point and put up, but I don't know. So the same sort of goes for long tutorials here on YouTube. For the summer, I'm not so sure how that will work. I think they might have to be on pause unless like my kids go to stay with their grandparents or something for a little bit. But on the other hand, fun short tutorials are fun too. Short tutorials are fun too, and sometimes we don't have 7 hours to spend on our art. I can't be the only one who has that problem. So yeah, that's my plan for right now. Now, on to my goals, my art goals for the rest of 2023. So it's like June, I don't know, what is today? June 15th. Actually, before we get into the art goals, let's do a little health update so everybody knows where I'm at. So for those of you that don't know, I have Crohn's disease, and along with it, I have autoimmune arthritis, and then extraintestinal manifestations, which means it attacks places other than just my intestine. So it's I have some liver damage, and for some reason it has attacked my bladder as well, so I get bleeding ulcers, not just in my intestines, but in my bladder too. And we started I went into a flare last fall. I almost always seem to go into flares in the fall. I'm not sure why. I asked my gastroenterologist about it on her last visit, and she said fall and spring are her busiest times, and that is very, very common, so I guess it's not just me. But anyway, so I went into a flare last fall. We switched biologics right after Christmas, and I was thinking this one was working, and I think it has worked to some extent, but it's not working as well as they had wanted. We've tried now to lower my steroids and come off of them, and as we tapered down, some symptoms started to come back, and it's nowhere near as bad as it normally is, and I'd be okay with just staying there, except my doctors aren't super keen on that idea. So they're talking about adding in an immunosuppressant drug on top of the biologic. That the immunosuppressant was originally invented to stop organ transplant patients from rejecting their new organs. And I don't really want to do it. Yeah, I don't want to do it. So they gave me a little bit to wait and see, but I've been on steroids now since like last September, so it's been a long time, and I know I can't be on them. They're bad for you. On the other hand, we do have to find a way to control it, because I've had 2 precancerous tumors removed from that section in my intestines where it's really bad, because, as I'm sure some of you know, if you have multiple repetitive injuries in the same area, you can start to develop like cell damage, which then can turn into cancer. And since I've had 2 precancerous tumors already in that area, they're not willing to, and also because I've had a narrowing of the intestines from scar tissue, which causes partial obstructions occasionally, they're not too willing to let it get real bad. So I don't know what's going on there. I am not completely controlled, so I'm not feeling great some of the time. So all of this that I'm doing here with the YouTube and taking care of the kids and having a family and trying to do art, I'm also dealing with this whole chronic health issue at the same time. And part of the reason why I want to drop down to 1 video a week is because art used to be one of the ways I dealt with that. It was like a way to zone out and relax and forget my worries for a while and not focus on the pain and whatnot. But the more I'm having to film videos for YouTube and do these little short projects, and I don't know, it's not working as well for my stress relief. And actually, I think it might be causing more stress because I am stressed out trying to get everything done. So that's where we stand with that. So my goals for the rest of the year, fitting in around having a family and also having health issues. My goals from January to June were to get my YouTube channel up and running, which obviously I did. My first long video went up on June 15th. So we're now about June 15th. It went up January 15th. So on June 15th, oh no, which is today, it's now officially my 6-month anniversary here on YouTube. So yay for me. So my goals for that first 6 months was to get the channel up and running and to get better at doing landscapes and to get better at doing people and to work on, oh no, impressionism and like painting in a more impressionistic and less realistic style. So for those goals, I did get the YouTube channel up and running. I even got a website up and running, which I wasn't planning on doing yet, but I did. I did get a lot better in working more loosely, mainly because I started really getting into soft pastels and soft pastel landscapes, and they sort of force you to work more impressionistic and more loosely. And that was actually a huge jump forward for me in my art because I was really struggling with that. But I also sort of came to the realization that there's nothing wrong with being really realistic either, and maybe that's just my style, and maybe I shouldn't try to change it. So I don't know that being more impressionistic is still my goal. I do have a goal to get better at landscapes still, but I made the goal to get better at landscapes, both realistic and stylized. And the reason I say stylized and not impressionistic is because I think that's more the direction I want to go for some of my work. One of my other goals is to fill up my children's book illustration portfolio and write my children's book, and hopefully start submitting it to agents maybe by fall. So when about the time my kids go back to school. So yeah, so that's my big main goals for the rest of the year are the whole children's illustration, children's book thing, and working on like stylizing characters and stuff. But also, you might hear some little kid noise in the background, little noise from my big kids because they're up now. And as I talked about earlier, it's hard to film with kids and not have some noise. So anyway, so I want to fill up my children's portfolio. I want to write and submit my children's story. I want to figure out acrylics. That's one of my main goals this summer. I want to get better at realistic landscapes and also stylized landscapes, peoples, animals, all of that. And I want to finish filling up my art shop. I only have a few things in there right now. So those are my art goals, obviously, and then continuing on with YouTube. Also, I'd like to try to get back into posting on Instagram. YouTube has taken up all of my time, and I haven't done a whole lot of posting on Instagram. I'm going to want to do Inktober too when that rolls around. So those are my goals for the rest of the year. If you have any goals for the rest of 2023, why don't you drop them down below and we can talk about them in the comments. And I think I'm going to label these and then move on to my last set, and maybe I will speed it up a little bit and put some music in because I think this might be getting kind of long. I'm not sure though. Okay, so that was the Earth set, and now I'm going to do my last set, and this is the World set. And they're so pretty. I'm so glad I got these. I feel inspired just looking at these. Gouache is another thing I really want to... I mean, I've used it already. This is acrylic gouache, though, and I've never used that. This is my first time using it, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this summer as well. So... as far as art illustrations, one of the other things I want to learn is Photoshop. It is still the industry standard for illustration, and I know it some, but I want to get a lot better at it. I know Procreate really well, but Procreate, so the reason Photoshop is the industry standard is because you can choose to do CMYK, for your, and again, that's cyan, magenta, yellow, and that is what printers use to print the children's illustrations in the children's book. As far as I know, the reason Procreate is not an industry standard is because it does not use CMYK, and it, they have trouble matching, the printers have trouble matching the colors. I do not know if that's still true. I know for sure that was the case a few years ago. You may be able to switch in Procreate to a CMYK pattern now, but I don't know for sure if you can or not. That is something I would like to look at, but Photoshop is still, like I said, the industry standard in children's books. So if you're just starting out and you're not like a already famous illustrator, most agents suggest that you submit files in Photoshop. If you're super famous, then you have more leeway. And I do know that there are some illustrators who do Procreate now, but they've already been in the business for a while and they've already worked with editors and blah, blah, blah. So to have the least amount of hurdles to jump over if you're just getting started, they suggest you know Photoshop. I am a traditional artist. I can do digital art, but it's not where my joy is. I would like to find a way. I know there are quite a few illustrators who like do certain stages of their work traditional and then scan it in and put in finishing touches in Photoshop, which kind of seems like the way that I would want to go. But again, I don't know for sure. And either way, I need to learn Photoshop because that is what the files need to be submitted in. And if I have to make any edits, it has to be done in that and blah, blah, blah. So that is another one of my goals for the summer in regards to children's book illustration. And I've got some fun classes that I'm taking all lined up on Domestika. I recently reached out to Skillshare and they're letting me try some classes on there for free in the hopes that I can review some of them for you guys. So that'll be fun. I have all these fun things planned for the summer. But my time, like I said, is limited between taking care of my kids who are home and making the YouTube videos. So I think this one will go up on Sunday. I think today is Thursday, June 15th. This will probably go up on Sunday. I do think there will be a Wednesday video the week after that. And then I don't know what's happening after that. I think I'll probably, in fact, by the time you see this, there will probably be a poll up on the community tab. If I do go to one video a week for the summer, which day would you like that video to go up? I think Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are the days when I get most of my repeat viewers on. So I'm thinking Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I haven't checked that analytics in a while though, so I think I'll check it and I'll pick the 3 most popular days and put up a poll, and then you guys can tell me which day you'd like the one video a week to go up. And like I said, it's June 15th, June 18th there will be a Sunday video, this one that I'm working on, and then 18th, 19th, 20, 21, Wednesday the 21st, there's going to be a video, and then after that, things are up in the air for the rest of the summer till there will be one video a week, we just have to figure it out. So, yeah, by the time you see this, there will be a poll up, so go on over and vote, and I'll keep you updated on what we pick. I'm so glad I got these 3 sets. I got them on Jerry's Artorama. It was, like I said earlier, the first time I've ordered from them. And they were on sale for so cheap. Each one of these sets I checked before I ordered. Because, sometimes people say, oh, it's a sale. And then really you can get them for the same price on Amazon all the time. Or Blix. But these set on both Blix and Amazon were $24 on the day I ordered them. And on Jerry's, they were on sale for $12. So I think I got a really good deal, and these are going to be so much fun to play with. And like I said, I think these would be great for children's illustrations. So I'm really looking forward to this. I hope I can figure out something for this summer that works for you guys and me and my kids and all of that. So, and that is the last one. So thank you for being here with me today. I hope you liked this video. Make sure if you want to see anything or drop comments down below. They always help me know what you guys want to see. If you want to see more of something, let me know. And you're always welcome to join me over on my Patreon. I talked about that earlier, so I'll skip that now. But we're having a lot of fun over there, especially in the Discord group. It seems a little bit more active than the Facebook group, and we've had a lot of fun discussions over there. And then if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button yet, it would be great if you could. That tells YouTube that this is quality content, and it pushes it up higher in the algorithm, and then more people get to see it. So thank you so much for being here with me today, and until next time, happy creating!